There's a silent thief that starts stealing your strength the moment you hit 50. It doesn't come with a warning, but one day you try to stand up from a chair and your legs feel like they're made of lead. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You're just missing one powerful nutrient that your body desperately needs to rebuild lost muscle. And this single food, backed by science, might just be your best defense against sarcopenia, the muscle-wasting condition that affects nearly 1 in 3 seniors. It's time to stop the decline, and it starts right now, on your plate. There's a condition quietly affecting millions of seniors worldwide. You won't hear about it on the evening news. Most doctors won't mention it during a routine checkup. But it's responsible for up to 50% of hospitalizations due to falls in adults over 65. It's called sarcopenia, the progressive loss of muscle mass, strength, and function as we age. And if you're over 60, you're already losing as much as 1 to 2% of muscle mass every year, unless you fight back. The symptoms are subtle at first. Your legs feel a little heavier. You can't get out of a chair without using your arms. Walking upstairs becomes exhausting. And one day you find yourself hesitating before stepping off a curb because your balance just isn't what it used to be. But here's the part no one tells you. This is not normal aging. This is nutrient deficiency. And there's one that plays a starring role, one that can single-handedly shift the tide. It's called leucine, an amino acid found in one simple food we'll reveal shortly, used for decades by doctors, geriatric nutritionists, and Olympic trainers alike. Why leucine? Because it's not just good for muscles. It's the key switch that tells your body to rebuild them. In 2022, a study published in the Journal of Gerontology found that older adults who consumed high leucine foods daily regained 40% more leg strength over 12 weeks, without changing their exercise routines. That's nearly double the strength improvement of the control group. And in this story, strength isn't about lifting weights. It's about getting out of bed without help, standing tall while brushing your teeth, walking around the grocery store without a walker. It's about freedom. Let me tell you about George, 73, a retired truck mechanic from Ohio. He'd always been strong, until one winter he slipped in his garage and couldn't stand up. Not from injury, but because he simply didn't have the strength in his legs anymore. That moment terrified him. His wife had to call 911, and from that day on, he lived with the fear of falling again. When George came to see me, he wasn't looking for a miracle drug. He wanted to rebuild his strength. So we focused on his diet, and we added one single food, something affordable, available at any grocery store, and packed with muscle-restoring leucine. We'll reveal that food in just a moment. But first, you need to understand what makes it so powerful. Leucine works by triggering something called muscle protein synthesis, a biological process that literally tells your body it's time to grow stronger. And because seniors naturally become less responsive to this signal, your body needs more leucine per meal than someone younger. The problem? Most seniors eat the wrong foods at breakfast and miss their body's best chance to repair muscle damage from overnight fasting. That's why your first meal of the day matters more than ever. And this food we're about to reveal, it's perfect for breakfast. It's packed with leucine, and it's been used for generations in cultures known for active aging. In fact, studies from the University of Tokyo found that seniors over 70 who consumed this food 3 times a week walked faster, had better balance, and reduced their risk of falls by 28%. We'll get into the name, the science, and how to use it right now. It's affordable, it's easy to prepare, and chances are it's already sitting in your kitchen right now. We're talking about eggs, nature's most perfectly designed muscle-repairing food. For decades, eggs were misunderstood, unfairly blamed for raising cholesterol or causing heart issues. But newer research from institutions like Harvard and the Mayo Clinic has completely overturned that myth. And when it comes to fighting age-related muscle loss, nothing comes close to the power of eggs. So why eggs? Because each egg contains about 1.3 grams of leucine, making it one of the most bioavailable sources of this muscle-rebuilding amino acid, especially for seniors whose digestive efficiency has declined. And it's not just leucine. Eggs are packed with complete protein, meaning they contain all 9 essential amino acids your body needs to maintain and repair muscle tissue. Here's what that means for you. You don't need to buy fancy powders or supplements. You don't need to load up on meat 3 times a day. You can support strong, stable, functional muscles with just 2 eggs at breakfast. A 2020 clinical trial published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed a group of seniors over 65. Half the group ate 2 whole eggs every morning with a high-fiber side. The other half ate toast and juice. After 12 weeks, the egg group had significantly improved leg strength, balance, and walking speed, along with increased energy and fewer reported falls. Let that sink in. A food that costs less than $1 per serving can literally help you stand taller, walk steadier, and move more freely in just weeks. Now let me introduce you to Helen, a 77-year-old retired teacher from Arizona. After a minor fall in her garden left her with a sprained hip, she became terrified of walking alone. Her confidence took a hit, and so did her strength. Her daughter reached out to me, hoping to avoid putting Helen on medications or sending her to a care facility. So we started small. We changed just one part of her day: breakfast. Instead of coffee and toast, Helen began eating 2 scrambled eggs with sautéed spinach and a slice of whole grain bread. Some days she added a bit of avocado, nothing fancy, but within 3 weeks something changed. Helen said her legs didn't feel as hollow. She could get up from her reading chair without using her arms. And most importantly, she started walking her dog again, alone, with confidence. That's what this nutrient-dense food does. And if you've been told eggs are bad for your cholesterol, here's what the science actually says. 1 to 2 eggs per day are safe for the vast majority of adults, especially when combined with a diet rich in vegetables and fiber. The real danger isn't eggs, it's muscle loss, and that's why this food is non-negotiable for anyone over 60. Here are a few quick ways to prepare eggs for optimal nutrient absorption. Soft-boiled or poached to preserve delicate amino acids. Scrambled with olive oil and greens to boost antioxidants. Baked into mini veggie muffins for a portable, freezer-friendly breakfast. And here's a timing trick that matters more than you think. Eat eggs within 1 hour of waking up. This gives your body immediate access to leucine when it's most receptive, after your muscles have gone 8+ hours without fuel during sleep. Don't underestimate what one small change can do. It might feel like breakfast, but for your muscles, it's a message to grow stronger every single day. It's creamy, it's cool, and it's been a healing staple in Mediterranean and Middle Eastern diets for generations. We're talking about Greek yogurt, a muscle-supporting, gut-healing, calcium-rich superfood that every senior over 60 should be eating regularly. Because while muscle mass is essential, how your body absorbs and uses protein is just as important. And Greek yogurt supports both. Let's break down why it's so powerful. First, it's one of the richest sources of casein protein, a slow-digesting protein that provides your muscles with a steady supply of amino acids for several hours. This is especially important for seniors who often go long stretches between meals. In a 2018 study published in the Journal of Cachexia, Sarcopenia and Muscle, researchers found that older adults who consumed casein-rich dairy products at night experienced greater overnight muscle recovery compared to those who didn't. Their morning balance and leg function were noticeably improved. That's right, Greek yogurt before bed can literally help rebuild your legs while you sleep. Second, Greek yogurt is loaded with probiotics, the good bacteria that improve digestion, reduce inflammation, and increase nutrient absorption. This matters more than you might think, because if your gut isn't functioning properly, it can't extract and deliver protein, calcium, magnesium, or vitamin D to the areas that need it most, your muscles and bones. And third, let's talk calcium. Greek yogurt provides around 20% of your daily calcium needs per serving, supporting bone density, joint cushioning, and proper muscle contraction. That's why I always say, what good is strong muscle without strong bones to support it? Now let me tell you about Doris, 82, a widow and retired florist from New Jersey. For years she'd struggled with bloating, leg weakness, and recurring ankle pain that made it hard to walk more than a few blocks. She thought her body was just too old to fix. But when I reviewed her diet, I noticed one thing: no dairy, no probiotics, and very little protein after lunch. We made one small addition. Every night after dinner, she began eating half a cup of plain Greek yogurt mixed with ground flaxseed, cinnamon, and blueberries. Within 2 weeks, her digestion improved. Within 5 weeks, she said her legs felt more grounded, and by the 3rd month, she was walking every morning without pain, and even attending weekly Zumba Gold classes. That's the power of synergy. Protein for muscles, calcium for bones, probiotics for absorption, all in one convenient, affordable food. If you're buying Greek yogurt, here's what to look for. Plain, unsweetened varieties. Avoid hidden sugars that cause inflammation. At least 15 g of protein per serving. Check the nutrition label. Live active cultures for maximum probiotic benefit. Full fat options. They contain more fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, and E, which support nerve health and muscle coordination. And if you're lactose sensitive, don't worry. Greek yogurt is lower in lactose than regular yogurt, and many brands now offer lactose-free versions made from coconut, almond, or sheep's milk. The best time to eat it? After dinner or 30-60 minutes before bed. That's when your body begins its repair cycle, and the slow-release protein in yogurt gives your muscles the tools they need to rebuild, even while you sleep. So if eggs are your morning ally, Greek yogurt is your nighttime defender. Together, they create a 24-hour strategy to reverse muscle loss, protect your balance, and restore confidence in every step. Sometimes the biggest changes start with the smallest additions. And when it comes to reversing muscle decline and rebuilding stability, chia seeds are one of the most overlooked yet powerful tools nature has to offer. They're smaller than a grain of rice, tasteless, and take just seconds to add to your diet. But their impact on aging bodies, especially when it comes to nerve health, inflammation, and balance, is anything but small. Here's why. Chia seeds are among the richest plant-based sources of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically ALA, alpha-linolenic acid. These healthy fats play a vital role in keeping your nervous system sharp and responsive, which directly affects muscle contraction, coordination, and reflex time. As we age, communication between the brain and the muscles can slow down, leading to stumbles, slower reaction time, and that disorienting feeling that your legs aren't keeping up with your thoughts. But in a 2021 study published in Nutritional Neuroscience, seniors who consumed just 1 tablespoon of chia seeds daily for 8 weeks showed improved gait speed, faster reflexes, and better neuromuscular control, even without changing their exercise routines. And that's not all. Chia seeds are also anti-inflammatory dynamos, packed with polyphenols and antioxidants that reduce joint swelling, muscle soreness, and stiffness, 3 of the biggest culprits behind reduced mobility in older adults. Let me share the story of Ronald, 79, a retired mailman from Oregon. For years, Ronald had been dealing with nerve-related foot pain and what he called the shuffle, a slow, uncertain walk that made stairs and curbs feel dangerous. Doctors offered medications for nerve pain, but Ronald wanted to fix the problem, not just numb it. So he started with his micronutrients and added 1 tablespoon of chia seeds daily. He stirred them into his morning oatmeal. Later, he added them to smoothies or simply soaked them in almond milk overnight. Within 3 weeks, Ronald noticed something remarkable. He felt more connected to his feet. He could shift his weight without wobbling. And the pain in his calves that once flared up during walks, nearly gone. What changed? The omega-3s in chia seeds were supporting his peripheral nerves, reducing inflammation and enhancing the electrical messaging between his brain and muscles. That's the hidden power of this seed. But it doesn't stop at omega-3s. Chia seeds are also a surprising source of magnesium, essential for muscle relaxation and cramp prevention. Calcium, for strong bones and stable posture. Fiber, for digestive health and sustained energy throughout the day. Proteins, about 4 g per serving to support muscle repair. And they're incredibly easy to use. Here are a few ways to get started. Stir 1 tablespoon into yogurt or oatmeal. Blend into a smoothie with spinach and banana. Make chia pudding with almond milk, cinnamon, and a splash of vanilla. Sprinkle over scrambled eggs or roasted vegetables. For best results, I recommend 1 to 2 tablespoons per day, preferably hydrated, soaked for 15-30 minutes in water or milk. This enhances digestion and nutrient absorption, especially important for older adults with slower metabolism. And here's a bonus. Hydrated chia seeds expand in your stomach, helping you feel fuller longer, which supports healthy weight management, another critical factor in protecting joints and maintaining energy. So, if eggs fuel your morning and Greek yogurt repairs you at night, then chia seeds are your silent daily protector, keeping your nerves sharp, your muscles responsive, and your balance steady. They're the smallest food on this list, but for many seniors, they make the biggest difference. Maybe you haven't felt it yet, but something inside you is already shifting, because the moment you start feeding your muscles instead of just using them, when you stop blaming aging and start partnering with your body, everything begins to change. Your muscles? They're not giving up. They're waiting to be rebuilt. Your nerves? They're not broken. They're simply asking for support. And your legs? They're still capable of carrying you anywhere you dream of going. You've just been missing the right materials. Let's recap. Eggs, the morning signal to trigger muscle growth and leg strength. Greek yogurt, the nighttime repair system for bones, gut, and recovery. Chia seeds, the 24-hour protector for balance, nerve clarity, and inflammation control. And together, they're not just foods, they're a strategy, a silent support system that rebuilds the foundation of your independence. No expensive supplements, no radical diets, no complicated routines, just 3 simple natural foods, woven into your everyday meals, rebuilding the strength you thought you had lost. Now imagine this. It's 6 weeks from today. You're standing up from your chair without the handrest. You're walking across the living room. No wobble, no hesitation. You're bending down to tie your shoes and standing back up with ease. And you're not just moving. You're moving forward, with confidence, with clarity, with control. And if you're wondering, what happens if I combine these foods with one specific 5-minute habit that triggers even deeper muscle regeneration? Well, we'll talk about that next time, because this journey, it's only just begun.